person, you're watching True Heel Heat.
Ladies and gents, I am Killer Cross.
And I'm Scarlett Bordeaux.
And you are watching True Heel Heat. TikTok, motherfucker.
Hello, this is RJ City, and I am ethically opposed to any more wrestling podcasts. I don't know why you guys are talking about wrestling. It is a niche product. It is a very small industry. Yet, at this point, there's more wrestling podcasts than there are wrestlers. There is something wrong with society as a whole, but as you get smaller and smaller into wrestling, and then the wrestling podcast sphere, it gets even worse. And one such example, if I may turn on the microscope and look at the drudgery that happens to be True Heel Heat. SP3, Sid, this is your fault.
Yes, it is I, Holly Cameron, and I'm in your phone, but I'm also making an appearance for True Heel Heat. I've been told it's a fantastic podcast. Why haven't you had me on it, huh? Where's my invitation? I think you guys need to feel the wrath. I'm at Comic-Con today, but I think we need to get some, some wrath in the show. So let me know.
Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3, and we are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube and Facebook for AEWramble episode 220. This is not about me. Reviewing last night's October 15th, 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite as only we can. And to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague. He is the man of 59,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your honest criticisms of Tony Khan and All Elite Wrestling. He is Jimmy Macram. How are you doing, Jimmy? Is your mic off or is my headphones not working? Okay,
No,
your
that's
mic
me.
was off. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good. I didn't say much.
Good to hear.
I'm good.
That's good. That's good. Good to hear. We are here to discuss the go home show for Dynamite and Collision ahead of this Saturday's AEW WrestleDream. As only we can. We appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Either way, you can show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping a thumbs up on this video. That helps out the YouTube algorithms. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, you can sound off in the comment section if you're watching on demand. If you're with us live, you could sound off in the live chat. We'd love to interact with all of you and hear your thoughts on last night's show. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to show your support to AEWramble and the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, you could do so with a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here, and we always appreciate the support. Starting us off on a good peep is Alexander Fitzgerald. Thank you so much, Alexander, for the support. I'm going to hand you the mic so you can.
Bitch, come on now. Oh my God, Siobhan, what the hell is wrong with you?
Alexander says, we're not going to pay you for 90 days, but you can't earn any money for 90 days. Laughing emoji. Andrade was like, nah, why you so crazy? Take it easy. Yes, that is the news of the day. The news of the day is WWE sending a cease and desist to Andrade because apparently they fired him under a non-compete clause. A non-compete clause where they are not going to pay him for 90 days, but he can't work anywhere else for 90 days. And that is why Andrade debuted in AEW and has been gone since, and not a lot of words talked about him since then, because apparently something went wrong. It's one of these like very confusing reports that we're probably going to have to hear more about. I think the original report was by Wrestling Observer, but it's been validated by like PW Insider and other places. And Sean Ross Sapp said he's going to have a report later on the whole Andrade situation. But it's very messy. It sounds like how me and Jeremy speculated on In the Weeds this morning. It sounds like WWE were like putting him under a non-compete clause, but basically telling him, oh, you could do whatever do whatever. You could work wherever. It's a non-compete clause, but it's not the regular non-compete clause because we're not paying you. So you can go wherever you want, thinking that he's just going to do like Mexican independence. And then he shows up on Dynamite and they're like, you know what? We're going to enforce this a little bit stronger.
Yeah, that's not usually how non-compete clauses work unless he was fired with cause. Why was he fired again?
Apparently, from the report is saying that he was fired due to wellness policy violation.
Yeah. This first of all, I don't like non-complete clauses in general. I find them to be gross. Lady who ran FTC a little while ago was going to shut that down. Don't know what happened. I forget. Yeah, that sounds fucking egregious. I kind of feel bad for AEW. A little bit, I will say. Hard for me to feel bad for Tony Khan in any situation ever, but I'm going to do my absolute fucking best. If Andrade said he had a non-compete, what can he fucking do? If the man said he has non-compete, he has non-compete. Put him on fucking TV. Turns out it's not quite that. You should let us know it's not quite that. If you don't mind. Read your fucking contract, you cunt. Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah, if he has to do the 90 days, we're not seeing him for the rest of the year. That's crazy.
That big ass moment with Kenny Omega was that the 6th anniversary show?
Yes, it was. That was the last good show that I was referring to.
I was just gonna say that. Save us, Andrade. Yeah, that's outrageous. Maybe Tony Khan gets really upset, like he did with what's his face when he couldn't go to England. Swerve's guy.
You could be right. Like he's probably pissed. We're gonna find out because they're doing the conference call at 3. So that should be high on the list of questions to be asked. Like, what the hell happened to Andrade? Because that was the whole question of the week: was where in the world is Andrade El Idolo? Because AEW hasn't said a word about him. It's like that shit never happened. Like they replayed it the following week and then haven't said anything about him. Haven't had the Callis family say anything about him. So it was weird. So when we heard this news, it was like, oh shit, this might be like the messiest situation between both promotions.
Yeah, it's just I don't get it. I don't get why they hate them that much. I'm not sure it was hate. It was definitely bitter.
I think I really feel like from a WWE perspective, they're like, this motherfucker had the audacity to create a wrestling company. Like they feel offended that Tony Khan invented, that Tony Khan came and the Elite came up with a wrestling company. It feels like that. Like they're basically, they feel disrespected by the fact that he created a wrestling company because they went 2 decades without competition, without anything that was considered mainstream next to them. And they had the audacity to do it at like one of their creative low peaks in 2019 as well. So
I hate their fucking existence. It's possible. Like though your wife seeing your fucking girlfriend's child. Just hate that you exist.
And I think it's the fact that you were able to like appease the hardcore wrestling fans for such a long time with NXT. And the invention of AEW hurt that illusion that they were the go-to for hardcore wrestling fans in North America.
I can see that. This feels a bit much. This is not fucking Hall and Nash. It's fucking Andrade. You should fucking take it easy. Jesus. Fuck do we care? So.
I mean, hey, I can't hold anything against them. WWE, they doing what they have to do. They can't create like the perception that someone can just violate their policy and get fired and then show up somewhere else the next day.
But why not? You plan on firing fucking Roman at any point? Then this is not an issue. This is not a real issue. Though. Rhea showed up on the AEW. Rhea Ripley versus Stop. Who cares? Who cares?
Hey. We never know if CM Punk might have another attitude change. You never know. Wow, you never know.
I'm here for it.
If he gets out of here and he decides to walk out, he can't show up on Dynamite that same week. No, fuck that. We're setting the precedent.
This is egregious. That makes no fucking sense.
It doesn't.
Oh,
it doesn't.
Trump fighter.
Like how?
Fair enough.
How did he show up on AEW television if there's a 90-day non-compete?
You pulling the Trump rule. It's only a rule if I listen. If I don't listen, it's not rule.
That was Andrade. Fucking Tony asks Andrade, "You have a 90-day non-compete clause?" He says, "No habla inglés." He said, Andrade, I'm being very serious. If you have a 90-day compete clause, you have to tell me right now. And Andrade said,
why you so crazy? Take it easy. Take it easy.
I'm here for it. I'm Team Andrade. Like all these fucking idiots. Trump can't accept that plane. He just takes it. Now what? Great. Done. I guess I could. Fucking idiots. Worthless. Democratic Party.
I guess this is a little bit different. Val says this Andrade shit is crazy, and in my opinion, everyone just ends up looking bad. AEW not by much, but they were dragged into this shit. Yeah, I saw somebody who was like, "Oh my god, this is like the worst look for AEW ever." I was like, when you kind of like when you give out the blame for all of this, I agree with Bell. Like AEW would probably be like last behind like Andrade and WWE.
Yeah, they don't look bad. They look incompetent, maybe, but
yeah,
WWE looks evil. Andrade looks like an ass. AEW's definitely at the bottom.
Alexander says the fact that Andrade had indie bookings and an indie match already, but wasn't a problem until he showed up on Dynamite is so crazy. Laughing emoji. I mean, it goes back to Jimmy's whole point of why he asked that. He was like, what did they do? Like, it is different. Like anything, they have a certain rule for everybody else in the wrestling industry, but if it's AEW, it's something totally different.
Yeah. And I don't, your explanation makes sense to me. This feels definitely out of proportion by quite a bit. You would think that WCW, like, what are we doing? I don't understand. I really don't get it. All right.
Davion says, what's up, y'all? This Andrade situation is wild as fuck. We also got here, Linda McMahon resigned King Potato. I see you're saying Trump fired her. No, she resigned. Or we don't know. Maybe she did. She did get fired, and that was the way to make her look good in public. I don't know. But yes, Alexander Andrade did win a title for Crash Wrestling.
Time out. Who did what?
I think there was I saw something online about Linda McMahon resigning from her position, or at least thinking about it, or something like that.
Cool. Great. Good for us. Oh, Lena Khan. Oh yeah. That's the FTC.
Oh, Lena Khan. Oh, I thought you were referring to Linda McMahon. My bad.
Yeah, she's a fucking idiot. Not Lena. Yeah. Linda. Let's get straight. Linda's a fucking idiot. No offense. You can see why she's married to fucking Vince. Just evil and stupid. But yeah. Thank you, sir.
We got King Potato says Andrade is a beast for playing both companies and making the most money and keeping his name relevant. Out Carney, the biggest carnies in wrestling.
I was about to say, does that contract count? Like his AEW contract?
Yeah, like can AEW now, like, does that contract become null and void? He signed a multi-year deal with them. Like, that is like a null and void because he wasn't allowed to.
I need a signing bonus. I need it now. Thanks. Why right now? I just need it.
And the crazy part is he did follow the 90 days the first time because he got released in March of 2021. He doesn't debut to AEW until June. So he followed it one time. Why did
I was getting paid?
I think that he knew that he had a 90-day non-compete, but he's like, I'm not getting paid. Why the fuck am I?
Cough that up, please. Thanks. What? I need my money. Thank you.
Oh, Andrade might be Wrestler of the Year.
Yeah, we do need the Kevin Nash Award. The Kevin Nash Wrestler of the Year Award.
Kevin Nash Wrestler of the Year Award. Yes, absolutely. Will Chisholm saying, Jimmy, did you book the end of Raw? LOL. They let the dog out. LOL.
Let's go. The world is healing itself. I was very happy with what happened at the end of Raw. Less happy once I found out why. I was hoping this was.
You thought it was actually Triple H doing something interesting and not being forced to.
Yo, however many good shows in a row, just getting rid of the shitty booking. Good job. Everybody needs the vision in their life. Then I read that Seth Rollins heard.
It's like you forced to. You were forced to do your summer reading. Oh, all right.
That aside, I won't look a gift horse in the mouth. This is good for everybody. The vision was good for nobody. They said, I read somewhere, this was all about lifting Braun. Braun has come out the worst out of everybody. Braun's been hurt the most.
Yeah. Bronson Reed comes out the best out of this. Yeah. Out of what was the vision.
I would say Reed came out the best. Bronson came out the worst, and fucking Heyman and Rollins were what they usually are. One yapping and one. I'd be nice to Rollins was hurt. Anyway, yeah, this is great. I'm so happy. I'm so fucking happy. Let's fucking go.
I've never reacted to like a shocking heel turn in the way that I did for that one, where I was like, holy shit, and my jaw's on the floor. Then when he tells Bronson Reed make a choice and he drags him to the corner, I started busting out laughing because not because of what was happening. I was enjoying the angle, but I came to the realization. I was like, yeah, Triple H, there's no going around that 2025 was a bad year for him creatively. When you look at the two big angles that he did this year, the John Cena heel turn and Seth Rollins division, they blew up within months. Like he didn't even get to play that out the way that he probably envisioned when he did the angles to set these up. And I had, Romeo was like, oh, well, there's two different situations. One is because of the bad follow-up. The other is because of injury. And like you, I said the same thing that you said. I was like, let's not act like the vision was going great before this. Like the injury necessitated a major change, but it wasn't doing that well before then because the same issue with the John Cena heel turn, he has not been very good of following up big moments. He has not been good at that this whole entire year. And the vision is another example of that where I do agree. Like Braun doesn't, if the whole point of the group was to build up Braun, then it did not accomplish its goal.
Oh no, it was an abject failure. Heinous, terrible fucking idea. That aside, we saw the best part of the division was when Rollins got hurt the first time. When fucking Braun is acting like a maniac and Reed is taking out people's shoes. Awesome.
And that's what they can tell the story of, that Rollins' fake injury is really the real reason why all of this happened. Because they got to see how good they can be without him.
Yeah, you're really unnecessary.
And
awesome.
And it will kind of be like WWE admitting in kayfabe, but they're really admitting in real life that the fake injury was unnecessary.
It was pretty silly.
It was no reason for that.
That's why I can't
even really feel bad for Seth now. Like, because y'all did. Why did y'all? Because it's the boy who cried wolf. It's like, I can't feel bad for you because you told me this already, and you made some people feel dumb, so I'm not gonna feel bad for you and then turn around and then you're healthy again.
Jesus, it's better to be whatever. I'm sorry, I can't pretend to give a fuck. I don't care either way. No offense. If you're hurt, I don't want anybody to be hurt, but it does happen. And number two, you're bringing me down. Sorry, you're bringing me down a lot. Every time you're on TV, it's like, oh, here we go. This should be his last world title run. No offense. Ever. Unless he gets like 110 years.
Damn.
And Seth Rollins, let's take it easy. I mean, how old is this man?
See, I'll give him his flowers for all the bad that I've said about Seth, and I know you've said worse. You probably don't like him more than me this year. For everything I said wrong about Seth, I started off this year. You remember I did the whole rant to you as well about Seth being the passed over superstar, passed over by Cody, passed over by Punk, passed over by the guy that he helped train basically in Roman Reigns. And like, I wanted more from him, and he got more this year. I would say when you really look at like the other kind of top stars, when it comes to male wrestlers in WWE, he's had the best year.
What, like from a positioning standpoint?
Positioning. He's had great matches. The triple threat at WrestleMania, the Cody match at Crown Jewel. It's the promo and character work is where he gets some points negated from him. But everywhere, when it comes to like accomplishments, positioning, he's been the top guy for WWE this year.
I'm glad Triple H likes him. Good for him. I don't. I'm sorry. Much like Triple H, I liked you a lot better when you had both your fucking knees. Now you don't. You're less interesting.
Oh my God.
No disrespect at all, but
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I'm just wondering, how can you watch his wife go out there for 15 minutes and then watch him go out there for 15 minutes go, yeah, that's what we need. Or Seth. Huh? Come on, man. Stop it. Let this go. Why? How long did it go this? How long do we have to apologize to Seth Rollins for his loyalty? We're sorry. We gave that world title run as the babyface. We had those fucking matches. We're sorry. We put him in the Mania thing with fucking Roman and Punk. We're sorry. We're gonna give him the vision. God damn it! Apologize for 2 years. We're good. We're good. He hasn't gotten fucked. He's been a main eventer his whole life. Enough. No more apologies to Seth Rollins. Beat it. Sorry. I've had enough.
Damn, man. I didn't know you felt that strongly.
Disrespect. I've had enough. It's over. It's over. The greatest number three ever.
They really tried this year. They really tried this year. Though.
They've really fucking tried.
They really tried this year.
Lord, what the fuck?
You're the top heel. We're giving you the world title back. We're making you the focus of Monday Night Raw.
Oh!
You're gonna feud with Punk and Roman. You're gonna beat Roman and Punk at WrestleMania.
Oh my god!
You're gonna have Paul Heyman. We're gonna use your star power to make the next star in Braun Breaker. Like they just kept adding more. We're gonna put your wife with you. Like they just kept adding more and more and more and nothing. Like it just didn't hit because it felt like WWE wanted all of this for Seth, but Seth just wanted to be a babyface. That's what it felt like. It felt like the company wanted something for Seth that Seth didn't even want. Seth was like, no, I'd just rather be popular babyface. They sing my song. I'm a visionary. I'm a revolutionary.
Oh! He's not good at that either. I'm sorry. We need to come to a conclusion about Seth. It is what it is. It's fine. It's fine. It's not the worst thing in the world.
Jimmy's one of the first people that said that. He said he is this era as Triple H. He is 100%.
But he's not a number one. He's probably not number two. He's a fantastic number three. What do you want from me?
He might be one of the greatest number threes of all time.
Yeah.
Probably behind Triple H.
Yeah. Sorry.
I mean, no, I would say, Triple H, Orton. Orton is an all-timer 3. Number
Orton's
3.
Fucking Rollins with the haircut. What are we doing?
They're all the same. Triple H, Orton.
Yes. Triple H loves the same guy over and over again. It's like, oh Lord, here we go. This guy again.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. Oh my God.
My issue with Seth is I didn't realize my issue with Seth until I saw Punk's press conference where he was talking about how he gets the best out of people. And I went, that is absolutely fucking true. Except Seth Rollins. Something wrong. There's something broken. There's something broken. You can't tell me one program he's had this year that improved less when you added Punk than Seth Rollins. Everybody else elevated except Seth, which might have gotten worse. Sorry.
I was gonna say, I think that like the way people talk in that company about Seth Rollins is the reason why I've been so critical on him. The tipping point for me was last year. It was when after WrestleMania, Cody kept doing interviews saying Seth Rollins was the MVP of Mania weekend. And I'm like, he looked like a fucking bum. He lost the night one. He lost night 2. He had one leg. He got beat like a drum by Roman wearing a fucking stupid Shield outfit. How the hell is he the MVP? And then it got worse by the end of the year, 2024. I don't know what the outlet was. I want to say it was Bleacher Report or ESPN. They said Seth Rollins was the 2024 Superstar of the Year, and I lost it. I was like, okay, all right, like this was at the time when I was doing all the stuff that I told you about, like bigging up for Seth, being like he needs to stop being passed over. When is it his turn? And I was saying all that, and then ESPN dropped that, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna relax. I'm not gonna do that anymore. I ain't doing that anymore. Y'all took it to the extreme here, but
yeah, I'm not against them liking this guy, but like when they talk about him, they talk about him when they talk about Orton. It's like, do we watch the same thing? I'm still very confused. What's going on? I'm still very confused. This generation's Ric Flair. How? What are you talking about? In what way? What do you mean exactly? Whatever. Well, it's almost over. Rollins injured again. It's almost over. Has any body part he hasn't injured yet? Poor bastard.
I feel bad for the dude. Like this is you can't argue that there is the legitimate case that he's injury prone.
Time to settle into a nice Orton-esque, Undertaker-esque role where you wrestle for 6 months out of the year. That's it. Let it go. Ironically, he was young at The Rock about this during the Mania season about how You had your time. It's our time now. You had yours. Somebody else's time now. Let's move on. Please and thank you.
Move on from here. I don't even know why he did that coast to coast headbutt. It was one of the better spots of the matchup, but goddamn.
Yeah, great match. But why? I don't know.
Did you like Styles and Cena?
I liked it for what it was. I will say it was a very fun match. The best match of that type, outside of maybe. I don't want to be too rude to this match, but it's Rock and Hogan. This is all based on lore and who they are and the crowd. Yeah, the second best match of that type ever. Yeah, I've come around on those matches, by the way. I give Rock and Hogan 5 stars. I used to say, if you watch it on mute, it's not that good. Well, it's not supposed to be watched on mute.
It's not supposed to be watched on mute. I gave it 4.5. So you're not far from me. So I gave this one 4 3/4. I think it is actually the better, a better worked Hogan Rock match.
Oh, certainly.
So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I know some people were jumping out the building and giving it 5 stars and stuff, but it's definitely excellent, no doubt. Yeah. But Chase asking, did you watch One Final Table between the Hardys and the Dudleys?
I saw Matt Hardy's comment about it's not fucking Flair and Michaels, it's something else, and blah 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 blah. So then I watched that table spot. It was good. It's a fun spot.
Yeah, the Jeff Swanton. You talking about?
the Bubba Ray to the table.
Oh, I hated that. That shit was watching it in the moment. Oh my god, it's like, dude, you're not. This is not. You're not Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels. Like, because Bully said before the match, he's like, we're gonna make people cry. But you're gonna have tears running down your face watching this matchup. He said that ridiculousness ahead of the matchup, and I was just like, all right, let's see if you can do it. Let's see what you can do. And then he did that dramatic bullshit at the end, and I'm just like, I'm not moved.
It didn't bother me. I didn't see Bully Ray's comments though, to be fair. So Matt's, these two fucking love themselves apparently. Yeah, that's some of the comments that everybody loved it. So one nigga say, this reminded me of The Wire. I've got tears in my eyes. I lost my fucking mind. So what the fuck is going on? The Wire. Good Lord. Would we stop it? Jesus. It's a nigga going through a table. Would you fucking relax? Some fans make me sick. Lord. What?
It's a harmless 2-star matchup.
Oh shit, Jesus.
What? It is.
I didn't see the match. Maybe it is. I don't know.
It's slow. It's plodding. Sometimes it's hard to watch because you see people that you grew up watching who are struggling to walk around the ring. Like, yeah.
Damn.
Hey, I'll say that finish was better than Leon Slater and Javon Evans.
We'll finish that match. I know it ended in a draw or whatever. What was finished?
Again, they did a 20-minute time limit draw. And then they said they had Santino go out and pop the crowd saying, we're going to give them 5 more minutes. Yay! They did 2 more minutes of wrestling. The lights went off and Dark State came out and beat them both up.
Oh. Okay, yeah. Well, that's terrible. Fair enough. I thought you were going to say you wrestled 5 more minutes and then it was still a draw. I was about to say, that's dope.
Yeah, that would have been fine. Like, I literally, that's the tweet that I put out, Jimmy. I put out after the matchup. I was like, I mean, the time limit draw would have been much better than this. Should have just been a time limit draw.
Right? What are we doing? Stop thinking, please.
Like, we're going to be creative. We're going to put over the future. Dark Side. All right, let's finally get into AEW Dynamite Collision last night, 3-hour special from Kansas City, Missouri. What did you think about the crowd in Kansas City last night?
I was going to say they were good. I will say that they were loud. After our conversation last week, Big Man Dog convinced me that just being loud is not making a good crowd. You should react appropriately to the spots. And there was not enough booing and hissing and throwing things at this fucking nonsense for me. So we'll just say that they were a loud crowd.
Okay. All right. Big Man Dog says Javon versus Leon was awesome. Besides, Yeah, like it's one of those awesome matches that you would never tell anybody to rewatch because you don't want anybody else to experience the disappointment that you felt.
It's about the journey. It's not about the destination.
There you go. Now you're thinking. You're thinking with your Carlos Silva hat. There you go. So we kick off the show with Excalibur welcoming us to the show alongside Tony Schiavone and the American Dragon Bryan Danielson. They run through the card for tonight's show, and then they go over to backstage area where the remarkable Renee Paquette is sitting with AEW Women's World Champion Kris Statlander and timeless Toni Storm, getting ready for their famous last words ahead of their AEW Women's World Championship matchup this Saturday at WrestleDream. The two ladies both start stripping off their clothes like they're ready to fight each other right then and there. But Renee tells them both to calm down and stop, that they're here for an interview and there's no physicality. Toni says that it's not Kris, it's her. When she had the title, she took it for granted. But without the title, she is a blank canvas. She loves Kris, but she will go through her to win the title back. Or Kris will have to kill her to keep it. Kris says that she can't figure her out because she keeps evolving. She is already different than the woman that you faced at All Out. She will outlive everything in the universe and the cosmos. So Godspeed, Toni Storm, because I will outlive them at all. Toni says they have told some ridiculous lies, but you will have to accept the truth that she is going to beat Kris on Saturday and take back the title. Kris stands up and gets in Toni's face. She asks Renee if this interview is over, and she says yes. They both leave, and they say they're going to meet each other in the ring. We get Kris and Toni marching down to the ring separately. They both get in, and they start having a friendly brawl, I guess. Kris gets the better of that, with Toni getting on her knees and basically sacrificing herself, begging Kris to hit her with the AEW Women's World Championship. Kris refuses, so Toni headbutts her instead and hits a release German suplex. Now Kris wants Toni to hit her with the AEW Women's World Championship. Toni feigns swinging the belt, but then she hands it to Statlander, putting it on her shoulder. She grabs Statlander's head and plants a big old wet kiss on her forehead ahead of their AEW Women's World Championship matchup this Saturday at WrestleDream. This was fine. This was fine. Honestly, I just, the one big nitpick that I have, if you're going to have a big backstage go-home segment on the show, you probably shouldn't kick off the show with another one. And just AEW not kicking off with matches multiple weeks in a row is kind of telling to me. And yeah, I would have done this segment in front of the fans. I think it would have been much more effective. They would have reacted to the lines a lot more, and you could still do the little brawl at the end, and you don't have to wait for them to get down to the ring. So that's my one big nitpick. Otherwise, I don't think this did a lot to kind of increase the investment and interest in the matchup at WrestleDream, even though I am looking forward to that. What do you think?
If you want to cut down on the wait time, we had a really long ass fucking intro of Excalibur yapping for God knows how long. Maybe you put that in between there. Have them talk backstage, then you can yap as they fucking come down. Then they can do their fucking nonsense. In case you're wondering, I fucking hated this. This is silly. Good Lord. The reason you couldn't do it in front of the crowd is because Statlander is not a good promo, and it felt like she was reading off something, which we're not knocking.
Yes, it did. That felt very much like it was Statlander trying to do a Toni promo. Toni was definitely the better of the two. She sounded way natural, and this was like the least kind of dragged out Toni Storm promo. She had a point. She basically told us where her character is at, what's her goal for Saturday, and then gave it over to Kris. Kris promo felt way longer than Toni's, even though it was pretty much the same length in regards to words and sentence.
Unnatural is a good word, King Potato. Yeah, this is not what she does. This is fucking Benoit having a promo. This is weird. Why are we doing this? Just have the man fucking wrestle. Though less intense than you did originally because that didn't work out great in the end. Yeah, this stunk. I'm sorry. I want to spend time analyzing this. It just wasn't very good. Toni was fine, I suppose. Statlander was not fine because it's not what she does. None of this felt serious enough for a world title fucking feud. And then all the stuff in the ring, it is what it is. We're going to be in the Toniverse whenever Toni is a match because she's the bigger star out of whoever the fuck she comes to contact with. It just is. Sorry. I appreciate the effort, though. I'll say that.
Yeah, they gave them the right position on the show to push their matchup. Opening segment. That's like, you always know with AEW, it's the opening segment, top of the hour, end of the show. Those are the ones that they care about the most.
Yeah.
And I'll give it this. The biggest compliment I can give to this segment, Jimmy, they did a hell of a lot. They showed a hell of a lot effort booking wise to this segment in comparison to the men's world title matchup coming up on Saturday.
Oh, there is that. Holy shit. Oh, wow. Really busted out a little too early, huh? Fair enough. What the fuck is that? I just stepped backwards.
Jeremy said it best. He was like, the promo last week should have been this week. It's like, yeah. That was a much more effective go home segment than what we got on this show. But we go backstage and we got Jimmy's favorite performer on the AEW roster, Jack Perry. He's in the back doing some wood pairing. He doesn't hate the Young Bucks. He actually loves them. But when he needed them, they weren't there for him. When he called them, they never answered. When he needed backup, they left him hanging. So he dug into his past and he found someone who he could trust. And in comes Luchasaurus. They will be teaming with Kenny Omega to verse the Don Callis family later on in the show. Up next, we would get the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, going up against the GOA, the Gates of Agony, Toa Leona, and Bishop Khan in tag team action. We get Benjamin and Khan start off the matchup. They're throwing bombs early on in the ring. Khan tries to choke out Benjamin, but Benjamin hits him with a big boot and a snap suplex. Lashley is in, and we get the double team shoulder tackle by the Syndicate. Bobby has Bishop in the stalling vertical suplex and lays him out. He gets a shoulder tackle to Khan in the corner, and then again and again and again. Bobby then taunts Khan, and they trade kicks. Bobby tries to body slam him, but Toa Leona gets a blind tag. Lashley knocks him off the apron. Khan kicks the ropes into Bobby's balls, and then Leona hits a DDT on the floor. We get Leona taking control of things. He hits a back elbow on Lashley as we return from commercial break. The match breaks down. We get a whole bunch of action in the ring. Shelton Benjamin comes in and he looks great in this matchup. He starts hitting like ridiculous German suplex. He has this running step up knee to Ricochet, where that Ricochet takes this ridiculous bump off the apron. That was probably my favorite part of the matchup. The ending of the matchup comes from a distraction, which allows Ricochet to run in. He hits the spirit gun onto Shelton Benjamin behind the referee's back. Bishop Khan takes advantage. He gets to cover 1, 2, 3. The GOA become the first tag team to defeat the Hurt Syndicate in 2-on-2 tag team competition in AEW. Post-match, we get the GOA are celebrating Hurt Syndicate. The rest of the guys, they get into the ring to run them off as Ricochet and the GOA celebrate in the entranceway. What did you think about this matchup here? I did not need this matchup after you just did a street fight last week and you're doing a Tornado Trios match on Saturday. I didn't technically need this matchup. I honestly, in place of this, I would have done Ricochet versus MVP, because the whole point coming out of the pay-per-view was that MVP didn't have it anymore and he was the weak link of why Hurt Syndicate lost. So I think it would have been more effective to do MVP Ricochet instead of GOA and Hurt Syndicate. I know the whole point of this was GOA to be the first team to beat the Hurt Syndicate, but it didn't feel as big as I thought it would have felt after the long winning streak for them in 2-on-2. Jimmy, what did you think?
Nah, this is ass. The match was fine. To be clear, good is strong. Match was fine. The booking of this is jarring to me. I thought I had tripped balls and didn't see a street fight last week. So why are we having this match? And we're having another one at the pay-per-view? And it's not a stip, it's a tornado. It's a tornado, I suppose. That's a fucking stip. It's not a fucking street fight. The whole fucking point was that fucking MVP was a liability. Why the fuck are we having a match? I can't wrestle anymore, but I can fight. Great. Why are we wrestling? I'm so very confused. What is going on? What is this feud? You keep saying that they said one of the Hurt Syndicate in the MJF thing. I think MJF into the MJF thing, and I stick with it. Because what the fuck is going on? Holy shit. Whatever. This is ass. This is good for them. That's the GOA. That's about it. Everybody else, you poor dummies. What the fuck did you do? Who did you piss off?
This program has done something for Ricochet and GOA in establishing the Demand as a faction, but it's kind of done the reverse for the Hurt Syndicate. They don't feel as important as they did 2 months ago.
They certainly do not. Braun Breakerized. What is this? Why are you here? Who are you? Good Lord. Yeah, the first time they won, I was like, first time they lost as a tag team. Oh, as a tag team. Didn't he just fucking lose as a trio?
It felt like you remember, I don't know if you were watching it at this time, but TNA, when Christian had the undefeated streak in TNA for like 2 years, but he had lost multiple triple threats and stuff like
the first person.
Like, this is the most loose undefeated streak I think I've ever seen.
Good Lord. I can't believe how badly this has been booked. This is jarring. Jarring to me. This is yeah. Boo.
We got Big Bad. It says they got Braun broken.
Poor bastards.
We get footage from this past weekend at Comic-Con where Darby Allin attacked Jon Moxley during the AEW panel, throwing a water bottle at him, brawling with him before security and Big Boom AJ and RJ City had to separate the two. We get Bryan Danielson channeling his inner Gordon Soley at the commentary desk, saying 5 letters, 2 words, I quit. Coming up, talking about this Saturday's WrestleDream. And then we go over to earlier in the day where we had our special face-to-face confrontation between Jon Moxley and Darby Allin. They are inside a prison visitation booth with the glass separating the two. Moxley steps in after Darby, who's already sitting there. Moxley says, a hell of a situation we have here. Let's understand the situation here. At All Out, you were never putting me in a coffin. The game has been rigged in both directions this time, however. You won't quit, and I certainly won't quit. So what are we gonna do? Man, I'm out of ideas. How is this going to end? If you want to be on the right side of history, it's not too late, Darby. Darby says it is too late. He admits he's been thinking about joining the Death Riders. He says not a day goes by without him thinking about joining the Death Riders. But he can't. He looks at what Moxley did to Bryan Danielson, and why would he go to war with someone who would stab him in the back? Still talking about Danielson, wonders Moxley. He did the best that he could for him. And this is about the future of war. Do you know what sacrifice is? You don't know what the weight of this world on your shoulders feels like. Darby responds and says he was on the top of Mount Everest. He saw the AEW flag and he knew it. Moxley is chipping away at everything of what makes him who he is and what makes AEW what it is. He is going to hang the flag in his room, but before he does that, he is going to choke Jon out with it. He will make the other Death Riders realize that this is nothing but a sham and that his words mean nothing. And they will eventually figure it out. Moxley gets the last words here, and he says, you are fighting ghosts, demons, spirits of the past. Every time you skateboard, shoot yourself out of a cannon, whatever silly little stunt, climb Mount Everest, It's not you that you're fighting. It's not even the people in the ring that you're fighting. You're fighting these ghosts. He is not a selfish man, but you are, Darby. This is not about me. That's the one thing you can't get through your head. It's not about me. This brings in Pac behind Darby coming into the visitation booth. He starts beating the crap out of Darby, slamming his head into the mirror wall, into the walls, dividers, and stuff like that, beating the crap out of Darby. All the while, Moxley is just sitting there like he's a mob boss that had this all planned out in advance. As he doesn't even look at Darby getting assaulted as his bloody face is pushed against the divider, slides down as you see the leaking of blood on the wall, on the divider, as Darby is knocked out. Moxley, Pac then stares at his handiwork as Darby is laid out and Jon Moxley leaves him be. We see Jon Moxley, Daniel Garcia, and Marina Shafir showing up at the building following all of this. What did you think about the Moxley and Darby segment? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I would have done without the music in the background. I hate when they do the out of the ring stuff and they just think, oh, we need to play music in the background to create the ambiance. Because I felt like it kind of took away a little bit from the words and the delivery of both guys, where I think both guys, especially Moxley, I think this is the best promo work Moxley's done. He came off like a true villain, a true manipulator, a guy that's always one step ahead of everything that Darby or anybody else wants to do. I thought he came off really well in this segment, and Darby, I thought his delivery was great here. What did you think?
I was wishing to the last part. I thought his delivery was terrible. But that's not what he does. So I'm not going to hold it against him too much. I'm on an island here, like per fucking usual. This was the Roman thing, the Roman and Cody, when they fucking went to some baseball arena or wherever the fuck, football arena. The Georgia Tech Stadium. 7 fucking SUVs, so they could talk to each other for some reason. Everybody loved that. I hated it. I didn't quite hate this. It was more violent, and they took it a little more seriously. Some of the lines I did not love. Moxley saying the game is rigged in both directions. It's not how rigged games work.
That's not exactly rigging a game, sir.
And what was the other one? Oh, this nigga saying he thinks about joining the Death Riders every day. What the fuck are you talking about? Please shut the fuck up and never say that ever again. I understand where this is deep. This is deep shit here. Listen, I understand the writers get this way, where they fucking, it doesn't work in wrestling. It just doesn't. Wrestling's like super macho. And that'd be cool like real life. In wrestling, it just sounds dumb. Look at Matt Hardy when he came back to fight Edge and he said, I hope you die in a fucking car crash. That's cool in real life. In wrestling, you sound like a bitch. You don't want to fight him? Who's out? You just are. I'm sorry. That aside, I appreciate the effort. Like Toni and Statlander and like Callis family coming up. I appreciate the effort. This wasn't your usual wrestling segment, which I can love in its own way.
Yeah, I think this was the best of the backstage segments on the show. I will say the most entertaining was probably the Callis family one.
Yeah, this was. I won't say this was ass. This was fine. If you enjoyed this stuff. I am the storm. Yeah, that was a song. That was a fucking song. Oh, good Lord.
Coming alive. I am the storm. That's why I didn't want that's why I made the criticism about the background music, because it did give me like reminiscent. It made me think about the I am the storm stuff, because I was like, why do y'all need like this would come off a lot more ominous without the music in the background. The quietness in between their words and their delivery is very kind of like Moxley's was terrifying. Moxley, like I said, he came off like a great villain in this whole scene to me. And yes, I agree with Dion. This, like, you just watch last night's show. What was the program going into Saturday that got the most focus, that got the most creativity? It was this one. It's definitely being built like it is the main event of Saturday and not Joe and Hangman.
Yeah, I would open with Joe and Hangman. This should close. I mean, at this point, why turn around?
Yeah.
It's clearly been the main feud going forward.
I think they should play it off in a way kind of similar to Brock and Heyman at WrestleMania 35 of Joe comes out and be like, I'm not waiting for the main event. Let's ring the bell, hit Hangman's music. Come on out here. We're opening up this show.
Whatever makes you guys feel better about Joe opening the show, sure.
This asshole. Big Man Dog says the fact they did no entertaining segments like this. Had the title left my ass. Yo, it's like I've said this to Jimmy multiple times. He doesn't agree with me because he still doesn't like it. But I just feel like they have done better booking the Death Riders without him having the title than they did with him having the title.
Absolutely. They got set on fire. It was fine. He got threatened with a Molotov cocktail. Who cares? What was the other one? Oh, right. Darby came up with a flamethrower, just shot it in the fucking air. Oh, yes. It's been brilliant shit moving forward.
I mean, no, I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm saying it's better. That's how low we were. That's what I'm really trying to say. King Potato says Mox looking away while Pac beating the fuck out of Darby was straight out of the Soprano. Yo, I was like, this is straight mob boss. Like, him just like, I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. I loved it. Big Red Dog says RJ City wrote this. I
wouldn't be shocked.
Wouldn't put it past him.
He saw some B Mafia movie. So the fuck I give it a shot. I could do that.
Annika says all Moxley promos should be in prison. In a prison. This was great. Oh man, we got Davey Allen who says Pac would make a great villain in a movie. Pac came off like the number one henchman of the Big Boss.
He does look that way now. With the hair and the beard, and he put on a shirt. What was his stars? Yeah. He still looks weird when he wrestles though. You look ass. You look ridiculous.
Wow, Alexander said this.
Hilarious.
Whoa! What? What happened?
What happened?
What the fuck happened? No, I gotta look this up. Chilling with Chase, writing in the chat. Dang, Body Slam report. Jacob Fatu might be out until 2026. So they gotta pivot again. Now they gotta pivot from the Jacob Fatu McIntyre match.
I gotta be honest, that was my first thought. My first thought was poor Drew.
This nigga can't catch a break. Yo, I was thinking about this the other day, and you're the perfect person for me to do this with. We need to make a list of the top 10 most unlucky wrestlers in wrestling right now.
Ooh.
Drew,
unlucky.
Seth. Who else? Who else is unlucky? Adam Cole. Jay White. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No. SmackDown's live, right? What the fuck?
No. Is it? Is it live right now?
Oh, no, not now.
Oh,
I mean, it's gonna happen on Friday. It's happening, right?
Oh, yeah. It's not taped. It's not taped this week. Ibushi is another one. Ibushi, yes. Wardlow, yes.
Oh shit, Wardlow. Yeah.
Ibushi, Wardlow, those are on the list as well. Yeah. Damn, yo, that's crazy. He was just gonna get pushed to the main event scene. He was gonna be in the War Games matchup. That's the second person that's supposed to be in this War Games match that gets injured.
Yeah.
It says the report says Jacob Fatu is reportedly said to be dealing with a non-wrestling related injury that's expected to keep him out of action for an extended period of time, with it possibly being well into 2026.
Wow. Mr. Kennedy, by the way.
Kennedy is a good shout too.
What the fuck? Poor fucking Jacob.
Damn, man, that's crazy. Fuck.
I don't know what I'd do. With Drew. Maybe he can work through this match though.
Or maybe you just Well, the whole matchup was supposed to be for number one contender for the undisputed WWE Championship. You just skip the match and just do Drew and Cody again. I'm just convinced they're never gonna.
I'm better than this guy.
They've passed by Drew. They missed the moment. They missed the peak, and now they're done.
I'll be nice. I like Drew a lot.
Same.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. Yeah, be happy with your spot. Top 3 guy, no matter what the brand. That's a great spot to be in. Unless you're like Seth, you want more, then it's not a great spot. It's painful. Yeah.
Damn.
I feel bad.
Damn. I feel really bad. That changed my whole attitude. Oh man. Shit. This is a bad week for WWE. Seth and Jacob fought too. So you're one of your top stars and one of your stars on the rise.
Well, Seth, we're fine. I'm not being a dick. I know it sounds like being a dick, but I swear to you,
it does in fact sound like you're being a dick.
I swear to you, I'm not. Losing Seth is not bad for business. Number one, you're elevating Braun Breaker just naturally because he's not being held up by Seth, and you're elevating what Folk Punk's going to do because this is his least interesting rival, maybe ever, in Seth Rollins. So Raw's going to be fine.
I think it's also the fact that he's had to follow like two of the great, like Punk in his comeback has had two of his greatest feuds ever between MJF and Drew McIntyre. Yeah.
See, that would be less impressive to me if he hadn't done this 4 or 5 times before. That's what he does. Seth is a fucking anchor. I'm sorry. I don't mean I swear I don't. I swear. But if he had like no good feuds up to this point, and then he did MJF and Drew, I'd be like, oh man, how are you gonna follow that? Joe, Cena, Jeff Hart, that's what he does. Except with this bum. No disrespect. It's impossible. It's just impossible.
Yeah, you would have a great top 10 with Punk. Who's number one? Who's the number one Punk rivals to you?
I'm not even present at the moment. I'm gonna say John Cena, just off GPA.
I am gonna be present at the moment. I'm not gonna say the one you're probably thinking.
Who are you thinking?
It's Max.
MJF? I can't go that fucking far. I don't know.
It's the
I'm not against
program for me. I just feel like that kind of set the groundwork for the new, older, more experienced version of CM Punk, and it was totally different from every other story that he's done before. Like with the Drew stuff, a lot of it came, together kind of by accident with the injury and stuff like that. But there was kind of stuff that they took from the Punk MJF rivalry and just adapted it to here, along with Drew just being amazing on social media and being the ultimate troll in pro wrestling, just made to that. But I would say I wouldn't be that far with Drew. I would say it's MJF 1, then Cena, then Drew.
I'm not mad at that. The MJF stuff and the Drew stuff, while fantastic, does suffer from wrestling's obsession with realness. This is real life shit here going. Like the Jeff stuff, the Jeff Hardy stuff. This is all like, I don't want to say silly. It's real life issues, but it's wrestling. This is the Cena stuff. This is wrestling. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
By the way, that's why I love FTR. I'm not sure if we're talking about Collision. That's why I love FTR. Everybody talks about how nice the guy Dax is. I don't care. In wrestling, he's a dickhead. He's a fantastic dickhead. It works.
Oh, that like people. I had people that were saying they were down on that promo from the Collision side of this. I loved it.
Right?
I loved all the heat. I loved all the heat, and I saw people like saying like Megan Bayne wasn't good, and I don't think she was the best, but she was better than I thought she would be. Honestly,
it felt like she really focused on keeping her cool, like she's not used to this, and it worked. It worked for the most part. She was stoic, but she's always stoic.
Yeah, and then when I'm watching that match, and we'll get into it, I was just like, this feels like the first time she's getting pushed since the Toni matchup, and all she is just aligning with FTR. That's how good FTR's been. That just aligning with them feels like a push for her.
Yeah, which is fucking outrageous. So yeah. Poor Jacob, I suppose. I definitely bring up Oba.
Yeah. You got no excuse. You got no excuse now. Yeah, you kind of have to.
I mean, I would have held off, but at this point, you can't really wait.
Nah, you're in need of bodies at this point. Now. All right, we go into the next matchup. Death Riders are in action as it's Claudio Castagnoli going one-on-one with the Paragons. Roderick Strong. These two veterans have the early lockup, with Castagnoli, of course, having the strength advantage. We get Strong wrestles him to the mat, showing some technical ability. Both get back to their feet. Strong takes Claudio into the corner. He gets a clean break, but Claudio comes back with the European uppercut. Claudio grabs Roddy and takes him down to the mat this time. Roddy gets to his feet and he sends off Claudio and he catches his foot before hitting him with the big knee, but then Claudio bum rushes him in the corner. Claudio takes Strong down to the mat with a headlock, running shoulder block by Claudio. Strong makes his comeback, hits a beautiful drop kick when we come back from a commercial break. Claudio comes back with a drop kick of his own and then applies a crossface. Strong backs up. He gets his foot on the rope. Claudio hammers him in the corner for a bit with European uppercuts and then hits a beautiful looking capture suplex. He goes for the giant swing, but Roddy's able to kick himself free. They fight out to the outside where Strong hits a backbreaker on top of the barricade on Claudio. In the end, though, it was a weird kind of ending to this matchup as Strong hits this ridiculous-looking backbreaker on the top turnbuckle. And it looked like both men kind of landed weird or like seemed to hurt themselves on the landing. And then like they recovered, they got up, and then they went right to the finish. Claudio picks him up, hits a pop-up European uppercut. 1, 2, 3. Claudio picks up the victory here. Crowd actually seemed like they were into the middle portion of this matchup, but the beginning and the end, they were not. They were pretty quiet for this one. This was fine otherwise, but it had no business being on the go-home show.
Yeah, good match. Who cares? Yeah, pretty much all to say. It's good, as you would imagine it would be. But didn't have much to do with anything outside of maybe trying to heat Claudio up again for the fucking Continental Classic. Good Lord.
His yearly heat up before the last year, but at least so last year they had him beat like Darby a bunch of times to heat himself up. So at least they're giving him Roddy this time.
It's fucking something. These two of the fucking least charismatic wrestlers on the planet having a match. 15 minutes on a go-home edition of Dynamite. Beautiful. Brilliant. Book of the year, ladies and gentlemen. Good Lord. Though they both look like fucking Kurt Angle next to fucking Josh Alexander.
Oh, dear Lord. He knew what the next segment was, folks.
Show do. Show fucking do.
Next up, we go to earlier today with Don Callis celebrating his birthday with the Callis family. Awesome. They do a whole birthday celebration. Nearly the entire family is there. Even Trent Barreto wearing an arm cast. Don is here to work for his family and to make them great. He doesn't believe in things like work stoppage and picket lines and inactivity. Don doesn't know which present to open first, but Kyle Fletcher says he has a special gift for him. And it's none other than the new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, Konosuke Takeshita. Takeshita sends a message before he won the title, letting Don know that he will win the IWGP title for the Don Callis family. He wants to send him the best wishes for his birthday, but before he can continue, Okada presses the wrong button. And how is Okada the guy in this company who might have the best timing of anything? Because the timing and delivery of this line was exceptional, Jimmy. He says, I hit the wrong number. I hit the wrong button. I'm so sorry. God damn it, he's the best. What did you think about the Callis family birthday party?
I don't care how much heat I get. Best segment of the night, by far. Not even close. That shit was amazing. I'm fucking sorry. First of all, like the Toni Statlander and Moxley Darby, it didn't feel like your usual wrestling segment, just the way it was set up. A fucking shitty version of The Last Supper. I loved it. And Okada is fucking fantastic. That turning it off. Not looking at it as he turned it off, by the way. Doing this. It's fucking hilarious. I need them in my life. If they don't win the tag belts, I might boycott. I might not be here next week. This is it. I've been searching for this. I've been searching for a tag team together that don't get along, and finally, it could be here. They are perfect for one another. And Callis talking about work stoppages and things with the Andrade situation. Feels poignant at this point. If that was on purpose, that's hilarious.
It's like hit you in behind. Like you didn't notice the joke when it was happening, but in retrospect, it's funny as fuck.
You just brought this motherfucker in. I don't believe in working stoppages and all this other nonsense.
And
bringing in Andrade.
I don't believe in all of that. I don't believe in crossing the picket line. Like, what are we talking about here? We also got some highlights from NJPW King of Pro Wrestling, where Konosuke Takeshita made history, winning the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship in an absolute classic against Zack Sabre Jr. on Monday. Takeshita winning the top prize in New Japan Pro Wrestling, only the second AEW contracted competitor to hold the title while being under contract to the promotion. How happy were you to see Takeshita win the title on Monday?
Relatively. I'm happy for him. Best wrestler in the world. Certainly the best male wrestler in the world. I'm not sure that's up for discussion with Ospreay and Gunther out. Takeshita is the man. It is what it is. Yes, he finally appears to be in line for the push he fucking deserves, which is top 5 motherfucker in this goddamn place. I'm not entirely sure why it's taking so very long. That aside, is that belt supposed to be like devil horns? I thought butterfly this whole time. Is this supposed to be like devil horns? It's one of the ugliest belts ever. But
yes.
What is he going for? Exactly. I don't know.
I don't know. I thought it was going for a Cody's tattoo.
Oh shit, yeah, a little bit. Even Takeshita can't make that belt look cool. It's impossible. Holy shit. Yeah. Nobody can. Yeah. It's over.
We got Chilling with Chase who says, I don't know if Okada is working or shooting. Davion says Okada is great. We got King Potato says, I agree, Jimmy. That shit was so funny. And he was so great. He's just so good. He's so good. But I know you want them to win, but the ending to Collision kind of sets up the perfect story of Okada being like, I can beat them on my own. I don't need you. You made me lose.
I was okay with them losing at first when Okada turned the TV off. I thought it was Takeshita giving a fuck and Okada not giving a fuck. But now it's more Okada doesn't like him. He's just not as over the top about it.
Like Takeshita's very obvious he doesn't like Okada, where Okada's like very subtle about it. Like he's just like, I'm just the greatest. I'm above everybody over here, but he really doesn't like him. Like you can tell, he's showing it more and more.
It's fucking fantastic. I need it.
Oh man, this is the best. This is. I've been saying it for weeks. This is the best story that they have, but they have not. They have not even put the spotlight on it or the focus on it at all. Right? It's just underneath. But it's still the best stuff that they're doing on the show.
Damn right.
We get the Don Callis family in action next. We get our good old Don Callis introduction, including a soyoy hacha. This is getting more and more. This face. Look at this face. Hacha Cero. So he sits with the commentary team as is Mark Davis, Hechicero, and Josh Alexander of the Don Callis family. They are facing the unit of the Jurassic Express, Jack Perry and Luchasaurus, and of course, the cleaner, Kenny Omega. Omega implores Alexander to get into the ring to start the matchup since he wants to get his hands on him after he injured Kota Ibushi on Collision. Josh is like, no, and takes to Hechicero instead. Omega actually out-wrestles the alchemist of the ring, the technical professional here. Hechicero turns back Kenny's leg. He does this weird, drop toe hold, but Kenny goes the opposite way, so it looks like he fucking torques his knee, but it's not. That whole spot was not done on purpose, but how good Kenny Omega is, he sold that shit the rest of the matchup. He's so good. He rolls him up for a 2 count at one point. Hechicero stays on the leg for a bit, and the Don Callis family work it over until Omega's able to make a comeback. He goes after Alexander, but Davis flattens him with a big clothesline. Back into the ring, Hechicero keeps working over the bad leg and tags in Alexander. Omega eats a corner clothesline and a running knee and a running uppercut from the Don Callis family. Omega eventually fights back with some strikes, a back elbow to Alexander. He eventually tags in Jack Perry. Jack tags in Luchasaurus right after he just came in. I was like, is Jack Perry still a heel, but we don't know it? He runs over Alexander. The dinosaur hits a standing vertical to Alexander and then tags in Perry. Perry hits a senton splash off the shoulders of Luchasaurus, and then he hits some chops on Davis before taking a shoulder tackle that looked like he got hit by a brick wall. We get Luchasaurus and Davis going at each other. They go at it in the middle of the ring. Perry and Alexander in now as Perry hits a springboard DDT. Hechicero with the mad scientist bomb on Perry. Omega hits a V-trigger on Hechicero, and then Davis hits a lariat on Omega. Big headbutt by Luchasaurus on Davis. Then Omega threatens to shoot Davis, aiming for the V-trigger, but Callis gets on the apron, allowing Alexander to hit a chop block on Omega. Davis has Omega in his sights. Perry shoves Omega out of the way of a big lariat, and he gets turned inside out. Eventually, Davis hits a stuffed power driver on Omega and gets a near fall. Hechicero is tagged in. He gets a cross arm breaker onto Omega, but Luchasaurus loads up Alexander and chokeslams him on top of Hechicero. Luchasaurus tags in Perry, and he has Hechicero on his shoulders for Perry to do a springboard Lucha Doomsday device for the 1-2-3 on Hechicero here. Very good matchup. I enjoyed this one here. Probably the best match of the show. Spoiler alert. All the guys worked well here. Omega was the best. I love the sell of the knee because it was not planned, and he just went with it. He just went for it. Post-match, you get the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. They come down to the ring. They attack Jurassic Express from behind while Omega is outside the ring watching on. Omega eventually gets into the ring when they go for the Meltzer driver on Perry, and he gets in their face. He tells them, why don't you just leave them alone? And they said that they need to get their revenge ahead of WrestleDream. It leads to Jurassic Express coming back in. They take care of the Young Bucks. Omega and Jurassic Express take care of the Don Callis family before Perry hits a big acai moonsault on top of the heels to end the segment. What did you think about the trios match here and the post-match with the Bucks?
Good match. Omega, obviously, the star of this, the only consistently great worker here. No disrespect to Hechicero. I know you all love Hechicero.
I do love that you meant that as an insult to everybody else, but you kind of complimented Hechicero by bringing him up immediately after Omega. So
yeah. Man, we know the rest of these motherfuckers can't do much outside of Josh Alexander, who does quite a bit, but to complete silence. Tell me what's a complete silence. He counted something to the ankle lock, dead. Nothing. It's a bore. I'm sorry. The most sauceless wrestler to ever exist. Post-match with the Bucks, as soon as the Bucks and Omega stared at each other, I was out. I turned the channel to something else.
He's like, I'm not with the elite lore.
I can't. Enough with these fucking people. Good Lord. I've never seen people mark for themselves so much outside of a certain big nose booker we know. Yeah, this is fine. All this was solid enough. It's probably the best book version of events on the show, ironically.
My one big nitpick. This is a message for Tony Khan. If you have a pay-per-view that doesn't include MJF, Will Ospreay, and Swerve Strickland, and you have a healthy Kenny Omega on your roster, why the fuck are you not booking a Kenny Omega matchup on this show?
I mean, you would think. Probably makes a bit of sense. This card is pretty bland, we'll say.
I like the top 3 matches. I think they will all deliver, but I do agree. What?
Top 3 is crazy. It should be top 3. You can get away with saying top 3. There's a top 3 anywhere where there's more than 3 things. But putting these 3 things together is outrageous. There's a top 1 match. And then there's 2 more after that. There's 2 more after that. That's Darby and Moxley. It is what it is. We can argue on anything else. We know what's made of any here. Come on.
I know it's made of it. Yeah, I give it that as well. Alexander's right. It is a better card than Dynasty. That's for sure. Dynasty, you were actively shitting on that every week. Dynasty heading into that.
Well, this is you've got Joe and Hangman, which is like a main event worthy match, I suppose. Moxley Darby's the obvious main event. Yeah, Statlander and Toni, which it's here. It's a women's title match, and worthy of being that. That's about it. What else is on this fucking card? Oh, right, that match we've seen 100 times before. GOA and Ricochet versus the Hurt Syndicate, several weeks in a row. That's fucking outrageous. It's outrageous. It's the worst book thing maybe ever.
Mark Briscoe and Jamie Hayter, Mark Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher for the TNT title.
Jamie Hayter and Tackler's on this card. I remember seeing that. Holy shit. Come on, man. Holy shit. Are we sure it's that much better than Dynasty? Are we sure?
Yes, it is. It's better than Dynasty, and I would say the build up to this year's card is better than last year's card, and that's only because last year's card was one of the worst booked and built up AEW pay-per-views probably ever. They basically tried to build a pay-per-view like it was December to December 2006. Remember where they only hyped up one match for that show? And then a whole bunch of the other matches just got announced on the day of the event. That's what like WrestleDream 2024 felt like. It felt like Moxley and Danny and Bryan and everything else.
Yeah, at least you had Moxley and Bryan. Now you got Moxley and Darby. Oh, I love Darby, but he's not dragging.
I'm like, damn. Like,
I love Darby, he's not dragging. Let's keep it together.
I agree, Ace. Yeah, he should have added at least Alexander and Omega to the card. I think that would have been a great match.
Sure. Whatever you say. It's like the opposite of Rock and Hogan. Silence.
It's not. It's Kenny Omega.
Big pop for Kenny Omega's entrance. Big pop for the fucking one-winged angel. That's about it. Silence. Oh, shit.
This guy over here. Next up, we got Jamie Hayter going one-on-one with Sky Blue. This is the hype up Jamie Hayter's grudge match with Tekla coming up at WrestleDream. The bell rings and we get a tentative start. Blue goes for behind Hayter, but Hayter wrestles her way out of it and wrestles her to the mat. Sky goes to her feet, but Jamie gets wrist control. Sky with a go behind, but Jamie gets a takedown with the headlock takeover. Jamie slams Sky face first into the turnbuckle at one point. She takes her to the second corner and does the same. Third corner, fourth corner, and does the same there as well. Jamie mounts Sky in the corner and does the 10 punches in the corner. At one point, we get a vicious-looking suplex right onto the mat where both of their backs hit very, very hard. Both ladies selling that one. Julia Hart checks on Sky Blue. Jamie to the floor. She gets in Julia's face and wants to hit her, but Sky moves Julia and hits a big thrust kick to Jamie. Sky then slams Jamie on the apron as we go to a commercial break. Sky rolls out to the ring apron, but Jamie charges her. Sky catches her with a big knee, and then Hayter rolls out to the floor. Blue off the apron, but Jamie catches her like a fair catch on a punt return and hits a fallaway slam. Jamie then returns Sky to the ring. She hits the Ushigoroshi and then the sliding lariat for a 2 count. We get "This is awesome" chants at this point as Sky cuts off a Haterade. She then hits her, tries to go for the cold blue, but Jamie's able to reverse that. Jamie runs down Sky with a big old lariat, nearly taking her head off, and then she picks her right up, hits the Haterade for the 1-2-3. Very good matchup here. This was the match that exceeded my expectations the most. I thought that Sky Blue, this was the best that she's looked since her injury in a non-hardcore matchup. So not without the smoke and mirrors that can help a matchup look better. I thought that she looked really good here. And I'm just really enjoying Jamie Hayter's work since the Owen Hart Cup. It really feels like the push that she got to go to the Owen Hart Cup final has brought back that confidence that we saw from Jamie when she was AEW Women's World Champion. Plus, this picture is great for Jamie as well. Anyway, post-match, we get Tekla. Tekla gets on the Contron, and she mockingly claps for Jamie. She isn't clapping for you, Jamie. She is clapping for herself. She has been kicked out of Japan. She was exiled from her own country and attacked people, and she attacked Jamie back in June, not because of any issues, but because she could. Her name means chaos. Her name means toxicity. Her name means spider. She is going to infect and inject Jamie with spider poison this Saturday at WrestleDream, as she sends the last message, and she laughs at the end of here, at the end of this one. Jamie just basically told her, shut the fuck up. She basically waved her off and then started kissing her bicep. It was hilarious. Jamie Hayter was great here. I love Jamie Hayter here. Tekla, it was fine, the promo, but like I said, I really enjoyed the match. What did you think?
Good match. Hard to give a fuck because we're setting up Jamie for a win here so we can move on with fucking life. Tekla's promo, I don't even know about her delivery. I don't know if it was good or bad. I know her materials has spider poison. The fuck are we talking about? Good Lord. This super villain, the fuck out of here. This stinks. I've been down on her since she got here. She's done nothing to improve her standing with me. I am fucking sorry. Free Jamie Hayter. Of course, we gotta wait for a while. At least until Blood and Guts.
Yeah. But did you see that too? What I was saying? What about Jamie? Like her confidence. It just seems like she's got that confidence back now that she didn't have earlier in the year.
You said that post Owen?
Yeah.
I can see that. I was gonna say around the time of the Mercedes match, but that makes sense.
Yeah, it feels like, dude, the fact that she got that opportunity, it gave her like the confidence to be like, you know what? I was the shit. I could be the shit again.
Please, if you don't mind, we could use the help.
Absolutely. A couple of people agree with you, saying don't let Tekla near a mic again. Then we also got King Potato who says, I'm #1 Tekla hater. Boring as hell.
Spider. 5'2". If you don't kick her someplace.
I'm a spider. Like she talks like that. That's her delivery. Like she's like Jim Carrey in The Mask. Somebody.
You don't stomp on this bitch and move on. Like,
will you stomp on this fucking spider, please? Somebody stop me. Oh man. No, but I think their matchup should be good because Jamie Hayter, I think, is just that good. That's what I believe. And I think Tekla, they can have a hard-hitting matchup at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, Tekla's not afraid of the smoke. So that part would be fun.
Yeah. We go backstage to remarkable Renee Paquette, who is with 10
Lord.
belts. Monet. Sorry, I meant Ultimo Monet in the back. Monet asks if there was any doubt about her matching Ultimo Dragon's 10 titles. Renee asks her about WrestleDream, but Monet tells her to slow down. She has a match for the CMLL Women's World Championship against Persephone on Friday in Arena, Mexico. Then she breaks the record for the longest TBS champion of all time at 509 days. And Monet is happy because she doesn't have to do the math. She doesn't have to do any of the work. She will show up at WrestleDream and she will have all 10 of her titles. So despite her confirming she will be at WrestleDream, we have no idea why. Like why are you showing up? I hope if she is going to show up at WrestleDream, they have an idea of who's next up for her to face, and they have an idea of who they want to end this reign. You did the record. Now it's time to start the positioning or the booking towards ending this run.
Yeah. Listen, it's over. We all survived. We made it to beat Jade's record. Fantastic. Can we all move the fuck on? If you don't mind. Who's it going to be? I don't care. I really don't. I would hope for Willow. That's not going to happen. I really don't. I really don't give a fuck who it is. Anybody. Please and thank you.
If they're doing an angle on the pay-per-view, I would think it was either a return or a debut.
You would imagine. But who could do that? There's Britt.
Dakota Kai.
I like Dakota Kai. Jesus.
You don't look like you like Dakota Kai. That face you made. Like I just said something about your sister. Like that's not the face.
Oh, just come on. To beat Mercedes, that feels a little high for her. No, just Sheeta. All right, take it easy.
Yeah, it should be someone on the roster. I do agree with you. The full circle story of it being Willow, I think, is the best out of the bunch.
Yeah, sure. No, so I was gonna say step down. I'm not entirely sure it is at this point.
It's not.
Right?
It's really not. They built up this TBS title where it's not. It's basically the TBS title is basically the Intercontinental title in 1987. It's the 1B. If we can't book the Women's World Championship for this big matchup, we'll do the TBS Championship.
I would say it's the United States title with John Cena. The world champion is not here.
I agree. Yeah, that might be better. Yeah, you might be wrong to something.
Good Lord.
It's John Cena with the U.S. title.
Let's go. Fuck me. Somebody.
So is Kris Statlander Seth Rollins with the Women's Championship? If we're doing that by the math.
I was gonna say Brock Lesnar, as in you don't really exist since you don't. I like Statlander, I swear.
You don't. Stop telling me lies. Next King Pate gonna tell us, I like Mark Briscoe. Y'all niggas don't like these people. Stop lying.
Is a great wrestler. He's just not a world champion.
Stop fucking lying, yo. We get up next. AEW World Trio Championships up for grabs as the Hanger, the world champion Hangman Adam Page, is out to join the commentary team, as it's going to be the Ops, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Katsuyori Shibata defending the titles against LFI, the Beast Mortos, Rush, and Dralistico, with your favorite, Jimmy, Sammy Guevara, in their corner. Hobbs and Mortos start things off. We get meat chants for both men. Neither man can outpower the other. We get a headbutt from Mortos. He hits a corner lariat, and then Hobbs follows in with a body block, and he unleashes some lariats with the meat chants. We get Hangman Adam Page being asked about Samoa Joe on commentary, and he drops one of the funniest lines I've heard about Samoa Joe in a while, where he calls Samoa Joe a Christmas ham of a man, which, oh my God, Bryan Danielson lost it. He's like, what? Danielson lost his shit to that. Shibata gets the tag in, and he's eventually worked over by LFI. They also ambush Joe and Hobbs in the other corner. Mortos winds up Shibata's arm and then sends him to the corner. All the members hit corner splashes and then a triple team basement dropkick. They're still isolating Shibata after the commercial break. We get Jalisco, who rolls Mortos up and launches him into a roar. That was super creative. Jalisco with a pin for a 2 count. Jalisco pounds away on Shibata for a while here. Eventually, Shibata is able to work his way out. He makes the tag over to Powerhouse Hobbs. Hobbs runs wild. He stacks all 3 men in the corner, but Roosh puts his boot up. No sweat as Hobbs hits a double lariat to Roosh and Mortos. He picks Jalisco out of the air and then hits him with the world's strongest slam. Joe comes in and he starts running wild for a bit. He hits some of his greatest hits. He takes it to Jalisco. He then hits Jalisco on the top rope. He goes for the muscle buster, but Mortos and Roosh break it up. Jalisco hits an Insiguri, but Jalisco goes to the top. He flies off and Joe catches him, locks him into Kakina clutch. He gets him with the referee stoppage for the victory here. The Ops retain the AEW World Trios Championships. Post-match, LFI jump the Ops. They get the advantage of things. Of course, Roosh never knows when he's not the main character and he has to do something with the world champion. He starts spitting at Hangman Adam Page, basically daring him to get into the ring. Hangman makes the save for the champions and runs off the LFI. He leaves his title on the apron, which Joe comes and picks it up. Joe looks at the title. He then turns around and goes face to face with the champion. He holds up the championship and then pushes it to Hangman's chest, similar to Hangman did to him 2 weeks ago. And then he walks away, bailing from this one ahead of WrestleDream. Did not feel that post-match at all. I needed a little bit something more. I needed either Joe to grab a mic and be like, why the fuck are you helping me? I don't need your help. You needed my help. I don't need your help. I think that would have worked better for the story that they've told heading into the pay-per-view than whatever this stare down, let me grab the title was. The match itself was solid, but the post-match, I'm disappointed. What did you think?
I'm definitely disappointed in the post-match. The match was fine. But every other Ops match where you just imagine it's going to be good, and it's barely that. How do I say this properly? I wonder if Andrade has anything to do with this. This feels like this feud's going to go longer than it would have. Joe and Hangman. This is the last match coming up.
I have some news. I guess this is news, but this is kind of what Sean Ross Sapp came on in the weeds earlier today, and we were talking about the Joe and Hangman thing, and I brought up the fact that they didn't even try to do a go home segment on this show, and he was like, I think it's quite obvious, and you could see from the booking of this rivalry here, Wardlow wasn't going to get the shot at All Out. That seems like it was going to be Kyle Fletcher, but it seems like Wardlow was going to get the shot at WrestleDream, and this is the pivot.
Gotcha. Yeah. It just feels like we're just getting started. And I don't know if I like that or hate it, but it's understandable, I suppose. This segment, not understandable. This is bad. It's not bad. It's just nothing. There's just nothing here. This is like week 1 stuff. What are we doing? Oh, well.
Yeah, this last week felt like more of a go-home segment than this.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what I would have done. Your idea is not bad, but this is jarring to me. We really don't expect people to buy this fucking thing.
Basically, but damn, like, at least try. Like, just put in the effort. Damn. All right. Jeez. We made the transition from Dynamite to Collision. Did you watch the Collision portion? Oh, yeah, you did watch FTR. So, all right. Let's go into that now as we kick off the Collision portion of the show with some tag team action. With some tag team action as Jimmy's favorites, the Death Riders, Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia are out here. I won't front though. Yo, their theme song is a bop. Fucks with it. I was like, yo, this should be the Death Riders theme song. Fuck the Moxley theme. This is actually harder. I like this more. They are facing the conglomerations Orange Cassidy and Kyle O'Reilly. We get fuck you Yuta chants before the bell even rings. Cassidy and Yuta to start, but Yuta tags in Garcia and leaves the ring because of history and storytelling. Garcia knocks down Cassidy and he backs off as Cassidy stands in the corner. Garcia with whisk control, but Cassidy rocks back and forth until he kips up and he takes wrist control. Garcia counters as he takes Orange down and he mocks him. Then Orange fake puts his hands in his pocket and instead does the dancing Danny dance to basically taunt him a bit. We see Jon Moxley arrive in the crowd to watch this matchup. I mean, no danger is looming. Cassidy eventually, after Kyle O'Reilly is worked over, he gets the hammer and anvil elbows for a bit and worked over by the heels. He eventually makes the hot tag to Orange Cassidy and he starts running wild. We get the hands in the pockets. He gets a soul food on Garcia, arm drags to Garcia and Yuta, corner headbutts to both men, DDT by Cassidy to Yuta, then a blindside shot from Garcia, but eventually Cassidy hits beach break. Yuta avoids the orange punch, but goes behind Orange. OC hits a stun dog millionaire, an axe kick by O'Reilly to Garcia. We get the front transferee exchange by both men before Garcia hits the twist and shout, but then O'Reilly is able to lock on the guillotine choke. It looks like Garcia is tapping out as Marina Shafir gets on the apron. Pac and Claudio Castagnoli make their way down to the ring. We first get Pac, who takes out Orange on the floor. O'Reilly takes out Pac, but then Claudio comes out of nowhere. He blindsides him with the European uppercut and then puts O'Reilly into the ring. Garcia gets the cover. 1, 2, 3. The Death Riders pick up the win. Post-match, we get the Death Riders jumping the conglomeration. You get Tomohiro Ishii and Roderick Strong coming down to try to make the save. They beat them up at ringside as Moxley grabs a mic and gets into the ring. He's all smiling ear to ear. He's very happy with what they have done until the music of Darby Allin hits. Darby Allin pulls up like he's a fucking zombie. He's limping to the ring. He's still bloody from the beatdown in the prison. Moxley sends Claudio after Darby. He delivers a running European uppercut, and Darby just gets up and starts walking towards Moxley again. Then we get Pac, who hits Darby with a pump kick. Darby starts dragging himself towards Moxley. Yuta and Garcia jump him. They start clubbing down on him for a bit, but Darby keeps moving forward. Eventually, Marina Shafir is sent outside. She hits a running knee. They did a great production shot where they changed the camera, so all you see is Darby hand going to the apron as he drags himself into the ring. He pulls up in front of Moxley. He tells Moxley, wait 1 second, as he has the flag that he brought up in the promo in the prison. He lays the flag in front of Moxley, showing him what he was talking about, and gets on the mic after taking it from Moxley and says, it's never too late to say I quit. Moxley basically pissed the fuck off out of Darby's indignity of just keep running forward, keep coming forward despite how many people have beat him down on this show. He picks up Darby. He delivers a Death Rider on top of the AEW flag to finally leave him laying without him crawling and picking himself up. I thought this was an effective segment as far as getting across that Darby will basically take anything, take any type of beating, any type of pain, whatever they want to do to him, and he will keep marching forward. And that basically you're going to see something that it's going to take probably murder to get him, to make him to say, I quit. And the same for Moxley. They also confirmed that the conglomeration will face the Death Riders in an 8-man tag on the tailgate brawl ahead of WrestleDream this Saturday from St. Louis. What did you think about the tag team match, Death Riders versus Conglomeration, and the post-match with the beatdown and Darby?
I love the complete lack of effort. You're trying to get people to stick around to watch Collision. You're open with Wheeler Yuta and Dan Garcia. It's fucking bold. It's a bold choice, sir. And I appreciate you letting us know you don't give a fuck. Match is fine. I mean, it's for I find it hard to say relatively good workers.
I mean, you can't even say something nice. Oh my god.
For technical wrestlers, we'll say. I don't want to say good because you maybe want to change the channel. How are you good? Doesn't make any sense. Post match, I get this timeline correct. So they jump Darby in prison. They don't jump him, Pipe's beats his ass.
Yeah.
And then the Death Riders show up. Are they showing up directly from the prison?
No, because the prison segment started with earlier today.
So, okay. Did Darby have to drag himself from the prison? Like,
Apparently.
Did he walk?
No, he probably did the skateboard. He was doing the skateboard, like how he was walking like a zombie. He probably did that with the skateboard. I fucking love this segment. I'm sorry. It's too funny. It's too funny not to enjoy. It's too funny not to enjoy.
This nigga got beat up at 2 p.m. He did nothing in between 2 p.m. and fucking 10 o'clock when this fucking thing happened. He's the same clothes, the same blood, the same limp. Good Lord. Where have you been, sir? What is going on? It was dramatic, but what do you want? It works, I suppose. Darby's pretty stupid as far as babyfaces go. I think that's a fair acknowledgement of his character. He's tough. He's resilient. Why do you have to get beat up, though? Like, why is that important? You kind of said everything you had to say to Moxley. I don't think he needs a visual representation. He knows. He's fought you before. But whatever. Darby's an idiot, so I'm good with that.
This reminded me of Triple H whooping Mankind's ass before Mankind became Cactus Jack ahead of Royal Rumble 2000.
What's Darby going to become?
He's gonna finally become a winner against Moxley. That's what he's gonna become. God damn. PW Insider just reported Andrade could be kept out of the ring for a year now by WWE.
Would you open yourself up? That opens you up to a lot. If you were to try to enforce that on Andrade. All types of lawsuits, considering TKO's already had lawsuits for workplace situations with the UFC fighters. They could. They shouldn't. That's fucking egregious. Off morality, they shouldn't. And I don't think they should legally. Just let them work the 90 days. You can add it to whenever that fucking Dynamite was. 90 days from then.
Yeah.
And then we all move on. Please don't do this. Don't.
That's
do this.
insane. That would
Shit.
totally fuck his career. A year away, you can't work anywhere. Why would anybody want to touch you when you come back too? Because you never know with WWE. He thought he was good when he came to AEW. You never know.
That's fucking outrageous. Please don't. Please don't. That's outrageous. I mean, it's Andrade. What are we doing? No offense. I like Andrade a lot. Come on.
No, Bell, it's been confirmed. He's not getting paid for the 90-day non-compete clause. She says, I'm beginning to feel like he was being paid the entire time, and it wouldn't surprise me either. No, it's been confirmed. He's not getting paid for the 90-day non-compete clause because he violated a policy to get fired. So that is definitely in the contract, and it's in everybody's contract. If you do a violation that leads to your firing with cause, you don't get paid for your 90-day non-compete.
Yeah. Which is egregious, by the way. Should be fucking illegal, but it's not. Yeah, it's Andrade. It's not Rhea. It's not Roman. Just let him go. Like, just what the fuck? 90 days is already too much. Well, whatever.
WWE doesn't care about negative press, Dion. You're like, why do all that? It's just Andrade. WWE doesn't need more negative press. WWE doesn't care about negative press at this point. They feel like, to me from the outside looking in, and I feel like them themselves feel like they're Teflon.
Yeah.
That it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much evil stuff they do. People will support them regardless.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of proven to be the case so far. I mean, It just is what it is. But yeah, only thing that would stop them would be like something legal. Like you're opening us up to a fucking lawsuit. Could you please stop?
Yeah. Insane. A year.
A year of not wrestling, of not getting paid.
Not getting paid. To sit at home for a year without.
Start a YouTube channel or something.
Yo, for real, I'm about to invite him here. Why not? You could be the third host. Jimmy will let go of his one rule of he will only do the show with me, and he will allow you to come on the show on Friday. We invite you to be the third member of the team.
Please and thank you. Take it easy.
Take it easy. So yeah. Damn, that's crazy. All right, but got that. Next up, we get Megan Bayne making her entrance, the Top Goddess. Love that nickname for her. As she also comes out with FTR and Stokely Hathaway. They are out here, and Stokely has a mic. Stokely hands the mic to Megan Bayne first. She says, Willow, how does it feel? Knowing that you
Why did you pick this picture, motherfucker? Yo.
You came out here and gave it everything that you had, only to realize that it still wasn't good enough. Now look at you, trying to dust yourself off, tag in a new friend, and take another swing at the Megasis. You think that makes you a fighter, but it just makes you stupid. I guess maybe I didn't beat it into your skull hard enough, so maybe watching me destroy Harley tonight will make it clear. It's fun playing the hero, but you are still going to bow down to me. Stokely then takes the mic and he says, I cannot articulate how much I hate Willow. But he can articulate how much he hates Kevin Knight and Mike Bailey. He says Mike looks like Billy Ray Cyrus with an autoimmune disease. Holy shit. Oh my God. And he says after they beat them at Tailgate Brawl, they will focus on the World Tag Team titles again. Uncle Dax gets on the mic and he gets all the heat. Oh my God. He gets all the heat. He says, use your brain. The last 11 years of FTR, 10 tag team title reigns across 7 different promotions. If I shut up, you leave. Because you paid to see me. He hopes that Jespy gives them their credit because they will be standing across from God this Saturday. But they are interrupted by the Jet Speed babes who are on the Contron backstage. Kevin Knight says, slow your roll like the one on the back of your neck. So you beat us last week, big whoop. We still have unfinished business. Harley Cameron was the star of this promo. She said, I actually know what FTR stands for now. It stands for Feel the Wrath. And everybody's like, Harley, Wrath has the W in it. Willow says there is a W in Wrath. They say they can come out and say it to their face. We pan back to the ring where Willow and Harley appear behind Megan and lay her out with a double DDT. Then we get Jet Speed coming up on the top ropes. They go after FTR and lay them out. And then Speedball pushes Dax into Willow, who delivers a big spine buster to Harwood. This was just a fun Harlem segment, but FTR and Stokely, oh my God, they're the best heel act. And I would say, I know I only tell you a few of these a year. If I have to spend one of my collision matches to tell Jimmy to watch the Willow and Jet Speed versus FTR and Megan matchup. Because, oh my God, the pop that Willow got for going up against FTR was ridiculous. It made it feel like what the hell happened on Wednesday and why didn't get none of that reaction? No, on Tuesday last week in Jacksonville. They didn't get quite even half the reaction that Willow got going up against FTR.
This was good. Stokely's perfect, obviously. Billy Ray Cyrus for autoimmune disease is wildly specific. I remember Billy Ray Cyrus from Now, where he has long hair and a beard, and I was like, I don't really see it. I looked it up. Fucking mullet, beardless. Holy shit. That's glorious house. Fantastic. And Dax, obviously. Brilliant. I loved all of this. Not all of this. Kevin Knight stunk, but that's what it is. It's okay. It's okay. He'll be all right. This is fine. I sure. This feels like a waste of everybody's time. I'll say that. Outside of maybe jet speeds. But sure. We got to fill this card up somehow. Whatever.
Yeah, it's going to be Jet Speed versus FTR on the tailgate brawl, and Willow and Harley versus the top goddesses of Penelope Ford and Megan Bain.
On the tailgate brawl?
Yeah.
Both those matches?
Mm-hmm.
FTR's on the tailgate brawl?
No.
FTR. Okay.
I mean, if this was just like the regular standard pre-show, there's no excuse. I can understand if it's because the pre-show is now on TNT, you do need one star on the pre-show, and I guess that's FTR. I do feel bad for them though.
Imagine doing I can't say it's the best work of their career. I've had the best work of their career like 5 times.
Yeah. Imagine having your third best run of a
sure. Whatever. Who cares? This is Tony Khan doesn't care. I don't care. Let's move on.
This is and this whole program is just the bridge to the next Copen Christian matchup. But I do like that they used this bridge to basically set up the next chapter very well, where now you see Bane is going to be their partner against Beth Christian in Cope.
All right. I'm not mad at that.
What? That's obvious what they set up here.
Why? Why we have to have Beth Phoenix involved? Why does Nikki Bella have to come back? Why must I deal with these things?
Why you don't want to see anyone from that era?
I was it was nice seeing AJ Lee for half a second, but if she never wrestles again, I won't
he
cry.
said, I'm satisfied. I got it.
He did a real fucking good job too. But I'm good. Thank you.
Jimmy Macram hates the Divas era. Put it in the this leads naturally, the whole promo and brawl leads naturally into Megan Bain versus Harley Cameron. And we might have gotten Harley's probably best performance. Like, she played a really good, plucky babyface throughout this matchup. It was really early on. It was all Bain dominating, using her power to overwhelm Harley. Harley tried to make a comeback, but Megan just absorbs it and hits an overhead suplex. Megan takes Cameron to the corner, knees to the gut, running splash, another suplex. She has 2 scoop slams, but Harley got out of the third one and hits a drop toe hold to Megan. She chokes Megan in the ropes with her legs and then rams her headfirst into the turnbuckle. Megan puts a stop to that and hits a vertical suplex. It just seemed like throughout this whole entire matchup, any offense that Harley had, it was immediately just snuffed out by Megan Bain. Eventually, we got a real comeback by Harley. As Bain puts her on the top rope, she's looking to put her away after hitting a Falcon Arrow, and but Harley is able to escape. She hits a great looking sunset flip power bomb for a near fall. Then she stacks her up, gets a near fall. She hits a flying booty bumps from Cameron. She goes for a third one, but it's cut off by a flying clothesline by the Megasis. Megasis picks her up onto her shoulders and hits the bow down, her old finisher, the F5. But Harley somehow, some way, is able to kick out at 2.99. Harley gets a jackknife pin for a 2 count, but then Megan kicks out. She immediately goes into the running Liger bomb, folding Harley up for the 1-2-3. Megan Bain gets the victory here and then talks a little trash to Harley Cameron, saying that she's sending a message to Willow. Great effort by Harley. Probably her best singles match since the Mercedes match in Australia. What did you think?
How long has she stopped using the F5?
It's been a couple of months now.
This because Leslie's back?
I think so.
I'm not mad at that. It's probably a good call.
Yeah.
I mean, you could change your name to, what was it? Lucy Lane or Lacey Lane, however the fuck. No, you see things have changed since you last used it. You fucking adjust.
You always got to take a shot at the same people. It's like I feel like off camera, you have a checklist. He's like, did I insult Seth today? I haven't said anything about Cody today. Like, I'm missing out on that. Like, ugh.
I don't know. Unless he gets hurt, there's nothing to talk about. He's stuck in purgatory. It's the number 4 most important wrestler in the company. Pretend he's number 1. I had such high hopes for Megan Bayne. I remember when was that the fucking what gauntlet was that? When Mariah May was on commentary. She was like, I fucking left Stardom because Megan Bayne showed up. I was like,
Mariah May.
That is the greatest line I've ever heard. Holy shit.
That put her over big time earlier this year.
It's like, that should have been the story here. She left fucking this place. Megan Bayne's here. And since then, since the Toni match, essentially, it's been all downhill. It's nice to see it's not over. Maybe there's some life left here where Megan Bayne can become the star she's supposed to be. She looks great. She's tall. She's muscular. She can work. Has my favorite Julia match ever. Still, I hope it works. I really fucking do. Please.
I hope so. I just want Toni to just give us confirmation that she's a star, because I mean, her booking has been I guess, like, as far as like wins and losses, has been well done since the Toni loss, because they talked about it on commentary that she's undefeated since that Toni loss. So they've kept her strong, kept her in the right position. Like I said, the partnership with FTR and giving them an actual name makes me feel like you're gonna do something with them for a little bit. She's gonna get a big program, a big matchup in this what's probably gonna be the 6-person tag with Beth, Christian, and Cope. It's just after that we have to get her in a title picture, and she has to win a title, TBS title, Women's World Championship, either or. Her and Willow are both the 2 women in this program. They just seem to be in this program before they should be one of the champions. Both of them, probably both of them, should be champion before the end of the year.
Oh, agreed. Obviously, Willow's best in business, but Megan Bayne, her too. She's great.
Yeah. And to answer this one, Great Carter saying, why is Megan Bayne having a back and forth with Carly? She did not have a back and forth. You didn't watch the match if you think that was a back and forth. And I watched it back. She never goes for a pin until the F5. She's basically, she just wants to be, she said it in the promo beforehand. She wanted to make an example out of Harley for Willow. And that was the story of the matchup. She never went for a pin until the F5. And that's why she has the shock face and why it got the reaction that it did, because that was the only pin Harley kicked out of.
Lance Archer-esque. It's probably too old for some of you people. Back in the day, like 4 years ago, Lance Archer used to play with his food. Sure.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. He did it all the time and always lost. So Megan Bayne, better than Lance Archer. We proved that here. We get promo time. We go backstage. Eddie Kingston and Hook are here. Eddie says they need to move on from LFI, no disrespect, but they have to go into the tag team rings like they discussed when Eddie was out. Eddie says, what is Saturday? Hook says, the tailgate brawl, Yeah, Kingston said, the tailgate brawl. We'll see you there, and we're going to start in the tag team division there. So they'll be in action. Meanwhile, who I think they should probably face is this team, because we get a backstage segment with Alicia too, interviewing the Unacclaimed. Bowen says that he is never tagging with Caster again because you are delusional. Caster agrees he can't share the ring with someone that has so much of an ego. How many plaques do you have? Bowen says he has up to 5 now. Lexi says that they don't, Alicia, I think that's Alicia too. She says that they don't have a say over Tony's decisions. So Caster says he has control over his own body. So he will not be tagging with Tony. Right. He has control. Bowen says, Tony, please don't book us together again. Lexi says, well, that is the interview. That was the Acclaimed. Bowen says, no, it's the pride of professional wrestling. Caster says, it's the best wrestler alive. Bowen says, we are not a team. And Caster says, not going to the Acclaimed. And Bowens calls him a jerk.
I do appreciate the effort of not just throwing them together. I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it didn't lead to any good things.
Honestly, I wish that we could have swapped the reunion stories of the Unacclaimed and Cope and Christian. You know how you remember how Cope and Christian just got together after a few weeks?
Yes.
I wish they would have done that with the Acclaim. And you see how the Acclaim is dragging out them getting on the same page. I wanted that for Cope and Christian heading into All Out. But
I know you don't want me to release people, but I think it's always time for the Acclaim.
You might be right.
Had their run. Though to be fair, Sammy's still here. Jungle Boy is still here. I don't understand how.
They are. They got their second wind. We get our main event of the evening, Mark Briscoe and the AEW World Tag Team Champions, Brodito. They are going up against the Don Callis family, TNT champion Kyle Fletcher, Rocky Romero, and Lance Archer. Fletcher and Briscoe start things off. They're firing off, bringing the energy in this matchup. Romero gets tagged in instead, though. Briscoe hits a shoulder tackle and punches Rocky Mark off the ropes, but Archer catches him with a knee to the back. Fletcher wants all the smoke in the ring. He goes after Brody King, but King looks at him like he just flew a fly or just got hit by a fly. Briscoe and Fletcher, they collide in the middle of the ring. The crowd brought the energy for that and got up for this one. You get Archer and King. They go at it with some meat chants. King hits a DVD on Archer. He gets the cover, but Archer's able to kick out at 2. Bandito with the tag. The AEW World Tag Team Champions double team Archer for a bit. They inadvertently hit heads, and Archer jumps over Bandito and splashes Brody. The Don Callis family corner Bandito and splashes to Brody. The Don Callis then corner him. We get a frog splash by Rocky for a 2 count. Everyone gets their shit in. We get rapid fire moves from everybody just coming into the ring. We get "This is awesome" chants after Mark Briscoe hits the froggy bow, and then Fletcher breaks up the cover. Mark and Kyle did the deal. They start brawling with one another. Fletcher sends Briscoe to the apron and hits a thrust kick. King with a lariat to Fletcher. Bandito hits a DDT on Archer, and the tag team champions finish up Rocky Romero for the 1-2-3. Very fun, chaotic matchup, especially towards the end of the matchup. So good stuff from everybody involved. Then post-match, you get Briscoe and Fletcher. They brawl to the back. The Brodito are celebrating their victory when the music of El Clone hits. The whole thing starts hacking into the system, and it's all a distraction for the AEW Unified Champion, Kazuchika Okada. He nails Brody with the AEW Unified title and then gets the better of Bandito, hitting the Rainmaker to stand tall at the end of the show. Okada holds up both AEW World Tag Team Championships before he and Takeshita challenge for the gold this Saturday. What did you think about the main event and Okada standing tall to close the show?
These 3 hours are what WWE fans pretend AEW is. It's like, if they caught this show, I get it. A whole bunch of nobodies doing a whole bunch of fucking nothing with the occasional star popping up to hold up 2 titles. It's like, I get where you're coming from, but it's not like this, I promise. Collision in particular was jarring. That aside, this match probably the best of the Collision portion of the show. At least for me, it was. And Okada being on screen is a win. He's hilarious. El Clone is the big distraction. What are we doing? What is going on? I don't understand. Yeah, sure. Put the belts on him. Let's move on with life. Please and thank you.
We shall see on Saturday. We shall see. But we've made it to the end of AEW Dynamite and Collision from last night. Final call for super chat donations. Always appreciate the support. It goes a long way to keep the show moving, keep the channel growing, and we always appreciate the support, guys. And of course, we want to hear from you. What was your match of the night? Your MVP, your LVP, whether you gave the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, out of 10, what did you give the show, and your moment of the night? For me and Jimmy, for the October 15th, 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite and Collision in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs in the middle from me, thumbs down from Jimmy. Out of 10, what did you give the show, Jimmy?
I'll give it 6.25. If I'm forced to not do that, it'd be 6. Yeah, I didn't like much of the show at all outside of Okada and FTR. Kind of stuck in that too. A lot of matches I don't give a fuck about. We can do the Death Riders. We can do Claudio and who do you fucking face? Oh, Roger Strong.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Yes. 3 hours of this. Hard pass. 6.
I went with 6.5. 6.5 out of 10 for me. Yeah, this one was the first time of something that me and you have discussed probably more than any other AEW Dynamite review in the land. We hit the NFL low. I've been saying it. I've been like, yeah, it's been a good year for AEW, but I'm worried for after All Out. And I felt some of it last week, but I just put it down to you're on the wrong night. It's Title Tuesday. You're going up against NXT. The vibes aren't there. It's Jacksonville. I had all the excuses in the world. There was no excuse last night. There was no excuse. It was very much, we're in the NFL lull. We just got to get by this show to get to the pay-per-view, and the wrestlers will save me and make it look like it was a great pay-per-view because the wrestlers will deliver. That's what it felt like. That's the type of effort that we got from Toni, creative-wise, outside of the backstage segments. The backstage segments actually showed some creativity, but the in-ring and the matchups and the lineup that he put out there did not.
You niggas act like he plays fucking quarterback. Well, he's the general manager. He's what is he? An assistant numbers guy? Like, what are we do? What is going on? Good, though I can't knock it. If it keeps happening every fucking year, I suppose it is what it is. But I don't understand why. You don't have a fucking job there. There's no way that thing's not run by AI.
He's got a couple of responsibilities, man. He got his head this way, he got his head that way. Chase probably knows more than me. He says TK pretty much the GM.
The GM is just a puppet. That's hilarious. These niggas have stunk for forever. What are we doing?
Hey, they're actually good this year, so I think that's another reason why he's been distracted.
What the fuck? Oh, good Lord. All right.
So,
sure.
WWE fans have to deal with the post-Mania lull. AEW fans have to deal with the NFL season lull. And it's literally like a 2-3 month period, because when he's going to get back to actually, doing his job, when, right?
Well, you don't want to ask me. Never is my answer.
No, but when is it that Toni basically brags about the booking of AEW? What time of year? What ends the NFL lull? The Continental Classic.
Oh.
That's when he'll actually care again. He'll care about AEW as much as he does the Jacksonville Jaguars around that time. At least it came later this year. It started at right after All Out last year. We got a couple of good weeks in this build.
When was All Out?
September.
That goes date.
Oh yeah, that's right. All Out was later this year. Thank you. You actually. That's why it started later this year than what it did last year.
Yeah.
We got an MVP for Darby, LVP for Toni. Who is your MVP for the show?
MVP? Jesus. I'm gonna go with fucking Okada. He's the only thing that popped me on this fucking episode. The only thing I really enjoyed. Fucking yeah.
I'm gonna go with Moxley. Loved him in the prison segment. Got to look dominant at the end. I thought he sold the whole Darby angle in front of the fans very well, and that was the strongest build heading into Saturday. Was those segments. So I'll give it to Moxley. LVP for the show. Yeah, I'll probably give it to Toni.
Yes, or whoever he leaves in charge, apparently, who is the only person in the building less competent than he is. I don't understand how the fuck that keeps happening. Yeah, referral to V's, TK. Props to Shivani, by the way, who I enjoyed more than Taz this week. More than Taz last week.
I will say commentary is not as big of an albatross since Brian got here.
Oh, certainly.
It's becoming a little bit more palatable because Brian is so good. He's just so good at everything involving wrestling.
Yeah, got some real respect for him.
Yeah.
Like, you want to fuck up in front of the hoes. No disrespect to Brian Daniels. Since that vibe.
Match of the night, Jimmy?
I'm going to go, holy shit. In my heart of hearts, I can't give to anything about Jack Perry. So...
Don't worry, I will. Omega and Jurassic Express versus the Callis fam. Match of the night.
It is Kenny Omega. Yeah, we'll give it to Kenny Omega. And people.
Kenny Omega and people. Kenny Omega and the pimps. What was your moment of the night?
Oh, so Okada again. It's fucking fantastic.
I'll give it to the prison segment. But yeah, okay, the Don Callis family segment is a close number 2. That was so good. I pressed the one button. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We got a super chat donation here from our boy Kaza. Thank you so much, Kaza, for the support. We're gonna give you I gotta transfer back to this one so I can give you one of the bumpers. Okay, there we go. We'll give you one of our favorites.
Serious. I'm not gonna sit back and take this fucking shit.
You dare say Javon Evans is wrong. Fuck out of here.
Kaza says, monies for the best AEW review show out there. Thank you so much, Kaza.
Thank you, brother.
A big supporter of us, and we appreciate everything and those kind words. We definitely appreciate, good sir. But we've come to the end of another edition of AEWramble. Thank you, Jimmy, as always. You were great as usual. Appreciate you. Let everybody know where they can follow you on social media, when they'll see you again.
No, I'm good.
You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSB3. You can follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at True Hill Heat. Patreon.com/True Hill Heat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. The best way to support us when we are not live here. You can see more of the GOAT match series over there. We'll be back with our third iteration of Ric Flair versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat from 1989 very, very soon. And check out all the great content we got on the channel right now, like our WWE Crown Jewel 2025 review from earlier this week. Check out True Hill Heat 350 with the OG trio, myself, Miss Chrissy Love, and Top Guy JJ, talking about the past week in pro wrestling, including have WWE fans turned on Triple H. We also got our TNA Bound for Glory 2025 review, our Rated Raw review number 89, talking all about the new vision, and check out our NJPW King of Pro Wrestling 2025 review, where we talked all about Takeshita's new title. But thank you so much to Jimmy. Me and Jimmy will be back here next Thursday for another review of AEW Dynamite. If you like more AEW content, join us tomorrow right here on the channel, 1:05 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be myself, Maggie and Jay News to preview this Saturday's AEW WrestleDream. Saturday, we got the flagship podcast, and then on Sunday, we got our WrestleDream review. So a lot of AEW content for you to enjoy this week. But for Jimmy Macram, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been AEWramble, episode 220. What is the name? Oh, it's not about me. We are signing off until next time. Later, y'all.
I remember, was it? This is not about me. This is about...